Planning to ghost him after finding out he's cheating on me. Found out my boyfriend was cheating a few weeks ago. Been spiraling since, literally only running off of vengeance and pure disgust. I got this weird gut feeling and checked his phone while he was asleep. Those 20 minutes locked in the bathroom felt like years, and the shame keeps me from talking to anyone about it. I moved across the country to be with him, so I'm all alone, no friends or family here. He woke me up the next morning with kisses and breakfast, and has been doing so a lot lately, probably the guilt. He even bought me flowers for the first time ever, after me hinting at wanting them for years. He thought my quiet crying was out of happiness. He even brought up buying a house for us, something with enough space for potential future children. I'm still going through the motions, making his breakfast and protein shake every day, packing his lunch, making sure dinner is almost ready when he comes home from the gym. What makes me the angriest is that I really genuinely thought he wouldn't do something like this. He watched his father cheat on his mother and fathered children out of their marriage, all while she struggled with infertility her entire life. My partner isn't her biological son, and never had her own. She dedicated her life to the two of them and passed away of ovarian cancer shortly before we met. Sometimes I think about whether she regretted staying with her husband or not. We have a small shrine in her honor, and something makes me look at and expect guidance. I love the man she raised and hate the one her husband did. But they're both him, and he's a grown-ass man more than capable of self-control, so I decided to walk away. Next week my car will be picked up and shipped back home, and I got first-class tickets for me and my dog on his dime. He'll come back home from work and everything I brought will be gone, along with me. The only thing I think I might regret is not somehow being able to see his reaction when he walks through the door and realizes what's going on. I personally don't believe in closure. I got all that I needed when I realized he was untrustworthy. Woke up randomly in the middle of the night and he's up to no good was all I could think about. I sleep like a literal baby and never ever wake up like that. Took his phone and locked myself in the bathroom while he was asleep and found it all. His entire relationship with the affair partner was lies. Everything from his name, age, college degree, occupation, city, height, and size. He even told one he was married and his wife was pregnant with twins. I almost had a heart attack thinking I was an affair partner too, and he had a family out there somewhere. You're right. I've been considering just leaving a sticky note with a list of all the different girls' names and the apartment key beside it. Simple and effective. 7 of them to be precise. I'll have to rush and get out within a certain time frame, but I might just settle for shrimp in the curtain rods. He's really sensitive to smells, LOL. It's not like us moving here has been easy on me. I've experienced more discrimination here than I have my entire life, and he knew it. That and how I only have one living relative, and we're not on speaking terms. He could have just said he wasn't happy. I have a home that's paid off in another state. It's not like I would have no place to go and I was his burden. No screenshots, but he'll know. I'll try to update on Thursday and thank you for the well wishes. I'm American, but my parents are from Nigeria and El Salvador. Almost every day my boyfriend sends me money for lunch, gas, something. I thought he was just really kind. Turns out he was cheating and giving me money made him feel less guilty, as though he didn't beg me to move across the country with him where I know no one. Once I found out, I wanted to immediately confront him, but was scared of the outcome since the apartment was only in his name, and again, I know no one here. Now I just save every dime of what he sends to be able to pay for the $3,000 moving fees to go back home without hurting my own pocket too much. Breaking my heart, destroying my ability to trust and scaring me off from men I can handle. But messing with my finances? Nah, never. The transport company is coming next Wednesday to take my car, and my plane tickets for me and my dog have been bought. Gonna keep up my happy act and do the usual cooking of dinner and scrubbing his back. And poof on Wednesday like I never knew him. It's the only form of revenge I could do that wouldn't haunt me. Good riddance. Edit. A few asked for details. There's 7 plus other women. Everything he told them was a lie. Name, age, height, city, occupation. All of it. The only common denominator was that he bought us all the exact same lingerie set for his birthday in January, and specifically requested I hang it up in our closet where it's viewable. Forgiveness is not on the table. He'll be surprised, but I doubt he'll be hurt. It's a 3,600-mile trip. It cost me even more to drive because my car uses premium grade and I'd have to stop at hotels, pay pet fees at them, etc. Out of transport fees during an inflation. Shipping my car is $1,600 alone, and I may have splurged an extra $200 to fly back in first class, LOL. The rest is for paying drivers, bus fees, and packers, and because there's no way I'd be able to clear out everything I bought in 9 hours by myself. I'll be single again pretty soon, and I'm looking forward to it, but also not. Like, yay. I finally can cook when / how I want to and don't have to split chores and can do everything on my own my way. But that's the only good part. I've been on my own since I was 16 and I've turned out mostly fine. I have a paid-off house and car, cute dog, debt-free, and I'm finishing up my master's degree at 25. It could be worse, but I'm lonely. I'm not on speaking terms with my family and had a huge fallout with my lifelong friends a couple years ago. I haven't tried making friends since beat part of me hopes one day I can find a way to fix that friendship. Plus, I'm moving around so much that making friends is pointless. I'm not good at long-distance anything. I never prided myself on romantic relationships. Sure, they're cool, but a loving group of women was always where I found the most peace and understanding, and that's what I want the most. I guess I'm just going through things right now, and I really wish I had people I trust to talk to. Friend breakups hurt the most. People questioned her financial situation at that age. Here are her replies. I lived with my friends and their parents until college started. Already had a scholarship. Just worked 3 jobs until I was 22 and lived frugally. All of your ideas and assumptions were actually very on point. The house is in a small town in North Carolina and was a $70,000 foreclosure with enough space for me to rent out other rooms. I was young and dumb when I got it on a whim, but it has been my best investment so far. I was a golf caddy, gentleman's club bartender, and occasional hostess, and notary signing agent, along with selling stationery items on Etsy. Also, my scholarships paid for quite a bit of my home in general. They never specified what kind of housing for them, just housing. I lived in 1 room and rented out the other 3. Back to the story. The transport company came and picked up my car, sold whatever big furniture I brought for low prices, took his dog to the park and played with him a bit, got him a dog cupcake and took him back to the apartment. Movers started coming for the rest of my stuff, and I hadn't prepared for our property manager thinking we were both moving out, and we hadn't given them the required vacancy notice. She came to talk to me right as my Uber was coming, and I told her what was going on. Unfortunately, they had already called him only his name on the lease. He's called and texted me a few times, but I haven't replied. His work day won't be over for a couple of more hours. I left my apartment keys and anything he's ever bought for me that I hadn't sold already. Didn't feel like taking that stuff with me. While packing, I remembered we bought a pet camera that shoots treats on the entertainment center and turned it back on. I promised myself I'll disconnect from it by midnight tomorrow, but I have my own predictions about how he'll react, and I just gotta know for sure. Yeah, it's fucked up. Sue me LOL. I actually forgot to leave a note and was running out of time before my Uber came and just left the lingerie set he was so obsessed with on the bed. He'll figure it out eventually, or not. I'm at the airport now with my dog and just waiting on my flight. I wish I could say that I feel free, but I don't. Just tired. Thank you all for the well wishes, and thank you more to all of the other women who reached out with similar stories. I think I might have caved and stayed if you all hadn't. Update. I turned it on for about 10 minutes after I got back to my home and unpacked. He wasn't there, but everything was a mess. There was a hole in the wall, furniture flipped over, papers everywhere. The kitchen looked like a tornado went through it. I deleted all of my other social media accounts but didn't block his number. The first 2 days he called me over 200 times. Lots of novel-ass text messages and him admitting to some crap I didn't even know about yet. Quite a few calls from his dad and friends too. I didn't reply to any of them.